Did losing by a landslide turn your hair gray? Looking to spunk up your look for winter or leave of office? Or maybe that inauguration? The Perm Bank will take good care of you. Get all the latest trends and hairstyles from the dawn. Little Trump to hair colors by Giuliani, who will make a true American out of you when we are done. The Perm Bank, taking care of you and your family since 1969.
Live from PND Studios, it's This Week Live with Rocky Red Panda. This week, the good, the bad, and the special guest, Gibson. Artist of the Week, Reyes, and PND Studio Updates. Here's your host, Rocky Red Panda. Welcome to This Week Live. I am your host, Rocky Red Panda. It is December. Yes, the week of December the 6th, 2020. It looks like Christmas came early that year. I got my confirmation email saying my order has been shipped out by Amazon. Yay! But enough about Amazon and the orders, because we gotta go straight into this week's The Good, The Bad, and the That's where we poke fun at some of this week's news. And yes, all politics are on the table. So, let's go ahead. Yeah, I usually have a little piece of paper that I chuck. Let me see if I can find a little note card. But we don't have one. I'm ready. So we're going to chuck a capo. Boom. People love it when I chuck things. So, let's talk about this election. Because the good and the bad, we're just going to go straight into all of that. So, it has been 1 month since the election. And super lion fragile racist, whiny bagadocious. Wow, that was a mouthful to say. Let me try this again. Super lion fragile racist, whiny braggadocious. That's right. Has spent the entire time throwing lunatic-filled tantrums. This reminds me of how Hitler was at the end of World War II down in the bunker, knowing that he's lost the war, but still insists that he's winning. Fake armies, fake battles, fake truth movements, much like fake claims about rigged elections. The only thing rigged is navigating a political argument on Facebook, which should be the next Olympic sports. And the gold goes for Best Sheepish. So a few days ago, Trump went on a 46-minute rant on live TV. Now, what do you talk about? What else? Election results. During the 46-minute rant, Trump said this.
Thank you. This may be the most important speech I've ever made.
This must be the most important speech I've ever made. Well, let me stop you right there. You think the most important speech you ever made would be the speech you made on your wedding day. Melania, I love you. Sign the prenup. Okay, good night. It only gets better. He brought props. It kind of reminds me of whose line is it anyways? The White House edition, where all points don't matter unless you're the president. Then you're talking about rigged elections.
20,000 votes. And I can show you right here that Wisconsin, we're leading by a lot. And then at 3:42 in the morning, there was this. It was a massive dump of votes. Mostly Biden, almost all Biden. And to this day, everyone's trying to figure out, where did it come from? But I went from leading by a lot to losing by a little. And that's right here. That's at 3:42 in the morning. That's Wisconsin.
But I had to ask, because, I'm an illustrator, I'm an artist. What staples did you get that printed at, sir. I bet the White House has this little discount going on with Staples. You know, a little something something. That was easy. I mean, and then he states.
But real pollsters that are fair and honest, said we can't understand a thing like this. It's never happened before. You led the country to victory, and you were the only one that was lost. It's not possible.
It's only going to get worse, folks. It's only going to get worse. Followed by.
Also in Arizona, the Attorney General announced that mail-in ballots had been stolen from mailboxes and hidden under a rock.
Votes hidden under rocks in Arizona. Seriously? Who in their right mind would hide votes under rocks? I mean, I guess we'll just go ahead and call up the federal geologist team to go break rocks. Hello? Yes. So, let me speak to the geologist team. Yeah. We gotta find some missing mail-in ballots. I think it's all a shamrock, or as Sherlock would say, it's sedimentary, my dear Watson. But also, speaking of Arizona, the Arizona government silences Trump call and certifies election results. So, check this out. So, Hail to the Chief was playing on the governor's phone, and he knew that he was getting a call from Trump, but he ignores it and signs the election results anyways. Remote. He is a Republican, and he was a strong Trump supporter. But he still ignores it. I just had to say, way to go, DC. That's amazing. If you think that's all, we're going to do this whole state thing, and we're going to move on down to Georgia. Trump went down to Georgia looking for some votes to steal. He was in the bind kind, and he was willing to make a deal. Yes, I've said that before, but I love it. So Trump wants to pre-overturn previous election results for Senate so that the Democrats won't win. Keep in mind, in January, there are 2 runoff elections that are happening, and they're both for Senate. If the Democrats win, we would actually tie Senate as it stands, and we would, have an upper hand. But if the Republicans win, we'll have a Democrat-controlled presidency, but a Republican-controlled Senate with a Democrat-controlled House. So you kind of get the idea. But, of course, officials reject Trump's overturned election results, stating, Georgia law prohibits the governor from interfering in elections. The Secretary of State, who is an elected constitutional officer, has oversight over elections that cannot be overturned by executive orders. I mean, that's good news. But here's the bad. Death threats to poll counters and officials.
It has all gone too far. All of it. Joe DeGenova today asked for Chris Krebs, a patriot who ran CISA, to be shot. A 20-something tech in Gwinnett County today has death threats and a noose put out saying he should be hung for treason because he was transferring a report on batches from an EMS to a county computer so he could read it. It has to stop. Mr. President, you have not condemned these actions or this language. Senators, you have not condemned this language or these actions. This has to stop. We need you to step up, and if you're going to take a position of leadership, show some.
This is not okay. It's never okay to threaten someone's life, regardless. That's a big no. That has to stop. I can go on a rant for hours about this, but let's not. It's just gotten way out of hand in Georgia. The devil went down to Georgia, and he's trying to make things worse. But let's move on to the state of Pennsylvania. That's right. Mike Telly on Tuesday asked the Supreme Court to issue an emergency order that would block his state from taking further action to certify its election results. Now, keep in mind, Trump has not won a single fraud case. Not a single one. Which brings me to Ironside Bill Barr, who says, to date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in this election. All the states have been verified, and it's over. The president knows he lost. You know, how does he know he lost? Well, he actually discussed pardons for his children. President Trump discussed with advisors whether to grant pardons to his children, to his son-in-law, and to his lawyer, Giuliani. Maybe Ivanka can get a job working for Goya when she's out of office. Yummy, outdated Goya food. And of course, you get all of that lovely Goya goodness that your mouth can handle. That's just, yeah. I'm not a fan of Goya, but yeah. To each your own, I guess. Moving away from the bad, though, there are a few good lighthearted news stories, like Joe Biden breaks foot while playing with his dog, Major. Yes, his doctor states that he's going to be in a foot cast or a foot boot for a few weeks as he recovers. And I say to that, swift recovery, Mr. President-elect. And then we're going to move on, however, to the Slovenian Sphinx, Melania Trump. So, Slovenia Sphinx Melania Trump reveals the White House Christmas decorations, and it's quite normal. Yes, normal. She calls it America the Beautiful theme. As the Washington Post said, Melania's Trump's normal Christmas decorations reveal her secret. Yeah, the secret, she doesn't like decorating. I mean, yeah, have you heard that? Where she says, I don't give a beep about decorating for Christmas. Ooh, someone's in a Grinchy mood. I mean, I would be too if I was married to him. But with the White House all decked out, they are still planning a Christmas party. Which brings me to my next segment, COVID-19 time. Because we got to talk about this COVID-19 virus. So, Mike, the I'm a Volcano erupting in Rome Pompeo, plans to still host a 900-person Christmas party despite the COVID surge. Oh, God. This is just a bad idea on all things. Look, you're representing the United States, and you're still holding a party while we're all suffering out here. That's not good. Oh, look what Santa got me for Christmas. Surprise! It's COVID. Wait till you see your hospital bill. But you remember Pennsylvania? It seems like it was just last week. It was. There are now 2 confirmed positive cases from that meeting that Giuliani went to about this whole election thing. Mastriano said he got COVID from a makeup brush. Yeah, I got COVID from a makeup brush. Right. I mean, he found out he was positive when he was on his way in his own car down to Washington, D.C. to meet with the president. Now, in that car with him was his son and his son's friend. And, of course, when he got to the president's Oval Office to meet the president, someone rushed in and says, Mastriano, you are positive for COVID. Yeah, right. I bet he knew it before he went down there. It's like someone saying, I'm highly allergic to peanuts, but I'm still going to eat this peanut butter and jelly sandwich because it's so tasty. I mean, but out of the darkness, we do have some good. We got a vaccine, and it's on its way within a few weeks. 3 companies. That's good. United Kingdom was the first one to approve Pfizer's vaccine. And there's that light. I mean, that's great news. 2 doses. 2 doses. If you want to know who's going to get it first, the presidents. Former presidents will get the COVID-19 vaccine. That's great. They will get it first to show Americans that if you can take it, or if we can take it, so can you. Yes, even you, Karen. Yes, the ones that refuse to wear a mask. You can take it too, Karen. But we have a great show for you this week. We have special guest Gibson and artist of the week, Max Reyes, after these commercial breaks. So stay tuned. Exclusively only at the Perm Bank. Like it or lump it, bub. Grease that hair. Grease it like a greaser. Yo, daddy-o. Gotta look cool. Cool for the cool betties. Get out that switchblade and comb it. Oh boy. Comb that greaser hair. That's right. Stallion's pomade. Keeping your hair long, thick, and hard for 69 years. Hey there, folks. This is Rocky Red Panda, your host of This Week Live, PND Studios, and illustrator at Panda Numeric Designs. Are you looking to get official This Week Live, PND Studio, and Panda Numeric Design merchandise? That's right. Go to my website at pandandesigns.com. Click on the shop, which will take you to some sweet, sweet stuff via my online Etsy store. Alright folks, and welcome back. So we're going to go straight into our guest of the week, and this week we have someone awesome, and his name is Gibson. So, out there, let's pretend, round of applause. Ooh. Okay, so, welcome to This Week Live. So, your name is Gibson. So tell me first about this.
I go by 2 names. I go by Gibson or Demi. This is the Seuss name. This Seuss name is Demi. My persona's name is Gibson, but yeah.
Awesome. So tell the folks out there why you chose this persona.
I bought this off of my mom's roommate, actually.
Huh? There's a story to this, and I gotta hear this story.
So, my mom's roommate, who was in our basement, no, we did not kidnap him. He's a furry. He has been living with us ever since my mom moved into her place. Mm-hmm. And he is a furry. And one day he just texted me. He was like, "Oh, I'm selling this for such and such amount."
Huh.
I was like, "Okay, I'll tell my friends." And I was like, "Wait a minute. If anybody's gonna buy it and knows it fits them, it's gotta be me."
Interesting. So this is not your idea. You didn't make this, in other words.
No, I didn't.
Awesome. So it's one of those pre-bought. And it's good. It's the good pre-bots, not the ones you buy of Alibaba. We're not going to talk about Alibaba. I've mentioned it a few times on the show before. Actually, not this show, but my previous show. No, you don't buy from Alibaba. We'll just leave it like that. So I'm going to guess that Gibson has something to do with metal music, because you love metal music. I just want to guess Gibson kind of goes with Gibson guitars. That's just something that's popped in my head. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you got that spot on. Gibson was...
Okay. So I guess you like Gibson guitars, or what's your favorite brand of guitars?
Oh. Top 3 probably are Schecter, Ibanez. Top two. There we go.
Okay, we'll go with top 2. Ibanez is great. I love Ibanez. Ibanez is fantastic. Some wonderful musicians play Ibanez. I've never heard of Schecter, so I couldn't tell you much about Schecter. You know, there's people out there, my friends, would be like, "Wait, you play guitar? I've known you for so long. You don't know what Schecter is? Shame." I'm like, "No, I don't know what Schecter is. Don't kind of rope and tie me."
Sinister Gates plays one.
Nice. So, you like metal, so, kind of name off some of your favorite bands.
Oh.
And tell the people out there kind of what you're listening to right now, what they should check out.
Let's start with influences. Influences are definitely Slipknot, Korn.
Okay, I can see Corey Taylor.
Yeah, I love Corey. And I'm trying to think of more. Slipknot, Korn. Probably, as weird as it sounds, Green Day.
Green Day, okay.
Metallica, yeah.
Metallica, yeah.
Definitely Metallica.
Because, you're hitting 70s, 80s, and early 2000s right there with all of that. And, of course, what was it? Green Day said recently that, we could turn our band into a metal band if we wanted to.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, they didn't say metal, they said death metal. And I was like, I can see Billy Joe Armstrong doing death metal. I can really see him doing death metal, but no, that wasn't Green Day. That was Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters said that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters said, we can turn ourselves into a death metal band if we wanted to. I'm like, yeah, you guys can. You guys can be a death metal band if you wanted to.
Yeah. As far as what I'm listening to now, a lot of it's a lot of the modern stuff. I like Ice Nine Kills.
Ice Nine Kills is good.
Been listening to a lot of more of a band called Fit for a King.
Fit for a King's good.
And there's gotta be one more. A lot of the newest stuff. Like I said, Ice Nine, Fit for a King.
And not that I'm advertising, but you can hear a lot of these bands on Alt Nation on Sirius XM satellite radio.
Listen to Sirius XM Octane and Liquid Metal.
Octane's good. Yeah, exactly. And they do tours. It's Fit for a King, Ice Nine Kills.
Light the Torch.
Light the Torch, yeah.
The last. I was there. It was a beautiful concert.
Nice.
I got my head hit in the head by somebody crowd surfing. That's a story for another day.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, those are all awesome bands, especially Ice Nine Kills' last album, which is just a complete, what you want to call it,
horror collage.
Horror collage, because the lead singer loves horror movies. And it's just like everything from We Are the Savages, to Stabbings in the Dark. It just fits together. It starts with one song and it kind of flows like you're watching a horror movie to the very end. Not many records do that. Not many records have like a whole album that's kind of collide together.
And that's why I love it. I love it start to finish.
Beautiful. So how long have you been playing guitar for, and what actually got you started?
I've been playing for 9 years and I'm still learning.
Beautiful.
I don't know, it just started, I liked growing up. Probably when I first started, the band I was into was the Beatles.
The Beatles.
And me and my, this one has an interesting story too. Me and my grandma were going over to my sister's friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
We were picking up, and I was in the room, her son's room who I was friends with my sister's friend's mom. And all of us, and I'm looking around the room and I see this beautiful acoustic guitar just sitting there. And I'm like, was that your son's? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, yeah, he picked it up, took 2 lessons, been ever since. I was like, well, I want to play it, and I took it home that night.
Nice. Well, that sounds fun. All right, well, thank you for being on the show. It's been awesome. And again, I'll have some links down below if you wish to follow this lovely Gibson. I'll have some things you can follow, Twitter, Facebook, or something. So definitely follow Gibson. But again, thank you. It's been lovely. All right, you guys.
We're all like jotting down the names, and you were like on the edge of your seats even though you were standing. And when I was done, you guys all scurried off and you went out and you found all these places and stuff. I just thought, that's great. They're into it. Downtown Jefferson. How are you?
Knocker store here. This is the Knocker store. And right next to the Knocker store, interestingly enough, we have a bra shop. That's really weird.
You're watching This Week Live with Rocky Red Panda, only on PND Studios. Make sure to like and subscribe.
And we're now going to head into one of my favorite segments called The Artist of the Week. Alright, so this week's artist is a fellow friend of mine called Max Reyes. Yes, now Max Reyes, he is another red panda, just like myself, and he does this amazing works of art. So we're going to take a look at some of this. He sent me 3 of his best. I mean, there he is. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. And you got a little Christmas theme here. So we're going to leave it here. AKA Silly Red Panda, that's what he calls himself. But Max Reyes is a furry artist. I've known him for years. He doesn't do commissions, however. He just does this for his own self. He makes his own art for his own self, which is very good. It's humble, and I kind of like humble. And I kind of like when people do that. Just like myself, like once a year or twice or 3 times a year, I have to update my self-portrait. Instead of taking a photo, like, I go ahead and I update it through drawing. So I completely understand. But I just wanted to showcase him because he is an amazing artist. And I just love his work. So this is where I break things down. I usually do critiques, so I'm going to do a quick one here. So when you first look at his work in particular, you got the thick line, but not just a line. Look behind the character here. You have the shadow outline. You have a simplistic background. Everything looks uniform. The colors are just absolutely amazing. Simple, simplistic, and straight to the point. And of course, the same thing here with this Christmas theme. And I do like Max Reyes' style of art. Even though he doesn't do commissions, I would say he's an artist to keep your eye on, because he is the artist of the week. We're now going to head into a segment called PND Studio Updates. PND Studio Updates. So this week on PND Studio Updates, because I skipped last week, and I think the week before, but we're going to do PND Studio Updates here. So this week we're talking about the art, we're going to talk about the videos, we're going to update you about PND Studios, and of course visual productions. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's get rolling. Let's first talk about PND Studios, or what I like to call Panda Numeric Designs My Illustration. Now of course 2020 is almost over. 2021 is around the corner. Who knows if there's going to be any cons come the first of the year around spring, because COVID's still rampant. So we're just going to have to play things by ear. However, there has been a convention that did cancel itself out and is no longer. That is FAU, for Affinity United. They did state that due to COVID-19, and stuff like that, that there's not going to be any more for Affinity United. I never had a chance to go to it, but I have friends that have. So, it's hitting us hard, folks. It's hitting all of us hard, including us artists out there. Now, moving on to PND Studios itself, let's talk about some of the things that's happened so far. So this past week, you've seen on Monday, of course, I'm uploading all of those little shorts that I have before the beginnings of videos, which is Mondays and Thursdays. So that we got those going. Tuesday's read, that was a fun little read. I enjoyed reading that book. You know, because I get all these little books at thrift shops. So it's cool. It's awesome, and they're amazing. And of course, we do have another read coming up next Tuesday, so check that out. Wednesday, we did a food review of Faux Viet, of course, in Hanover, Pennsylvania. That place is amazing, delicious food, and it was just so tasty. Now, coming next week, check out my review for Hana Chinese, which is also in Hanover, Pennsylvania. So that's going to be fun to check that out. Now, come Friday, we had episode 9 of season 2 of Think Outside the Bus, an East Coast adventure. This was part 2 of the Lincoln assassination with John Wilkes Booth and all that. So we're getting to the end of Think Outside the Bus. We're really getting to the end. There's only a few more episodes, and then we're going to have the finale. I'm looking forward to that, because I may bring in on Skype a few people that were a part of this, and we'll do like a little interview and stuff like that. So that's going to be fun. Now, moving on to visual productions. With visual productions, we're still filming with the movie. So we got that going on. We did some photography for Jimmy and Courtney. We did an outdoor kind of like holiday thing. So that was cool. We're still working on videos and photos from the Comic-Con. That's all at the one Comic-Con. So that's cool. And then we have some things in the work. You know, I'm still working on getting the YouTube page and everything set up. So we got some things in the work. But in the meantime, if you're looking to hire us out there for visual productions, for video or photography, we are terribly available. So definitely hit us up. But that has been PND Studio Updates. PND Studio Updates. I would like to give a thank you to this week's Artist of the Week, Max Reyes, and our special guest of the week, Gibson. And of course, for all of you people out there that help make PND Studios and This Week Live what it is. Thank you for being a part of this since 2017. But for now, this is Rocky Red Panda signing out for this week. And I will catch you on the flip side of next week. Hope you guys have an amazing week. It's been fun. Till next week, guys. Ta-ta. Oh, you're still out there and you're still watching. How about that, you guys? Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Like and subscribe for more amazing videos, especially from PND Studios. And while you're at it, check my online store. My online store right now is running a Cyber Week deal. That's right. You can save 20% off everything in store, including some of the official PND Studio merchandise, including merchandise from This Week Live with Rocky Red Panda and all that other wonderful stuff out there. So definitely check it out. I definitely need more tea.